Hello everyone and welcome to lesson 4. Today we're going to look at what's called the NeoPixel, and just a quick recap on what we did last time. So we talked about how computers can make connections. So this is a concurrent going through here, and therefore we have the LED here, and we just need to complete this circuit. So in this case we just need to bridge these two gaps here, and then it completes the circuit. So on the BBC microbit we have some pins along the bottom here, and we can do something similar. We've already tried some of this already, where we use these to make the pins work. And you have here some input pins, 0, 1, 2, and then we have some voltage, ground, 3 volts and then ground. So we can power different things with this, okay? So today we're going to try and build, understand what a NeoPixel is. I'm going to learn how to change colors and do some basic animations, and then hopefully by the end we'll do what's called a chase the dot animation, okay? So again, what I talked about before, general purpose input output. Again, with every computer system there is an input output process we can use, and through the pins we can write our code to interact with these pins here, okay? So today we're going to be looking at pin 0, which is this one, and we're going to connect it to our NeoPixel to get it to work, okay? So for this one, again, I recommend you have a driver and a navigator, or a driver and a programmer. We use pair programming. One person watch this video and do the task, and the other person then writes the code. So one person watches the video and then the other person writes the code, and therefore you can keep both things open at the same time, okay? So this is what we're going to look at. We will need a NeoPixel, and we will need this is the NeoPixel down here. We'll need 1, 2, 3 cables, female to female cables. We'll need a breakout board, and then we'll also need a microbit, and then either a cable with this USB-C to micro, or this one has an adapter, okay? So there's the information as well you need. This is the module, and then these different parts as well, just to give you a better overview of the things we need. And this breakout board allows you to connect various devices to the microbit, and all it's doing is taking these pins and then putting them into these pins down here, and then we can access them to connect to our NeoPixel here, okay? So the first activity is we're just going to do a basic turning on and off our NeoPixel. So this is some code here, and you can see what it's doing here. It says from microbit import star, so we're importing everything we need to use to make the microbit work, and then we're also importing this new thing called the NeoPixel. A NeoPixel is just basically a little add-on that lets us make various different colors here. So we made a new variable called NeoPixel, and we're going to set it to pin 0. So pin 0 is what we're going to read and write our data to, and in this case it has 8. So if I go back here, you can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 LEDs, and that means we can access them individually, okay? So if I look at this, what do you think this code is doing? Okay, so if you read it, it says NP0, and then we've got some numbers here. So I'll give you a few seconds to think. Okay, so in this case, we're accessing the first pixel, because in programming we start counting from 0, and then this is the number. This is the colors, and you can see here red, green, and blue. So we can change what colors we want. So in this case, what this color will be 255, which is red, and then we do np.show, which means it'll show it onto the NeoPixel. Okay. So now I'm going to switch over to our the microbit, and I'm going to show you how to connect it and hopefully run this code here. Okay, so you should see on the screen now the various parts of my NeoPixel. Okay, so just move that in a little bit down there, yeah. For some reason I'm a little bit cut off there, but you can still see me okay, so it's fine. So what we want to do then is you should have the cable, you should have the breakout board, you should have microbit. This is the NeoPixel here, okay? and the 3 cables here. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our breakout board here, and we're just going to connect it. So make sure it's connected the right direction, so it should face up like this, and then the microbit should go in like that, and it should snap together like so. Okay, it takes a bit of force, so it should look like this when you're finished. Okay, and the button should be on the top, and the pin should also be on the top here. There's the buttons. Okay, next thing we want to do is connect our NeoPixel to it. So I'll just show you on the back here. There is some pins here on the back of it here. So we're looking at the in pins this time, the in pins. Okay, these ones, and there's one for S, V, and G. Actually, if I turn it around, maybe you'll see it better. Okay, so there's S, V, and G there. And what you want to do is the signal is the S one, voltage is for power, and then G is for ground. Okay, so again, I'm going to put those together on here. So generally it doesn't make a difference what color they are, but generally we use the black one for ground. So if I find G on here, if I go G on here, you should see there's G. So that's G's on the bottom there. Okay, and then voltage is usually red, which is V on this one. So I just plug it in, red. So there we go. And then the last one doesn't make a difference. It's a signal, so it's going to send our signal to our NeoPixel. So we're going to put that in there. Okay, and we're going to connect it up. So make sure they're all pushed in. So now we can connect these to our BBC microbit breakout board. Okay. So the first one will be ground, and you'll see on the board here there is some ones on the bottom. So if I flip it around as well, you should see it here. There we go. So on the there should be a G there. So it says 0 volts, just there. So if I plug that in to G, okay, if I plug it into G, 0 volts. Doesn't matter which one you do, as long as it's on one of them. Okay, and then the other one should be the red one, which you'll see 3 volts, 3V. You just plug that into the 3V. Okay, and then the last one is you're looking for pin 0, and actually it's not down here, it's further up here. You'll see 0 beside it, and it's just up here, and that is pin 0. So it should look like that. So if we hold it up there to it, you should be able to see those like so. Okay, and that should be it connected to the system. Okay, so I'm going to connect up our computer then. So just plug it in to the computer and connect it to here. Let's see. Okay, so you'll see already I have some code running on here, and it's flashing around. Actually, if I turn off this light, you might see it better. Where is it? There it is. Okay, you can actually see that light better there with the light off. Okay, so you can see it flashing. Okay, so let's see. Actually, I'll just leave it off for this bit. Okay, so how do we get our code on there? So we want to open up MU editor. So here we can see that we do from pixel, import pixel here, set pixel 0, pin 0. It's got 8 pixels, and we're going to access the first one here, and we're going to put this in here. Okay, and we're going to flash it to this one. Okay, so because it's St. Patrick's Day, I'm going to change it to green. It's around St. Patrick's Day at the minute. Go back to here, and you can see my code. I want to flash it to my device. And it should be connected down here. So there we go. We've got green. We've got a green color there. So if we go, so you should see that flashed up as green. 255, 165, and 0. Okay, so now we have 0, 1, and 2, so we should have 3 lights flashing up then. So if I go back, flash this then, if I go back here and flash this, here we go. Here we go, so there we go. Green, white, and it's kind of yellowy, orangey, but it's orange, okay? So have a play with that and see if you can get the pixels to light up. And you can go, of course, go all the way around, changing the different colors and so on, okay? So thank you for that, and see you in the next one.